BodyBags, where heart lies.
Hey, what's going on, BodyBags? Andrew here. I'm your Saturday host. Welcome to week 209. This is our special week. This is Continents Week. So I am going to be reviewing. Mine is Antarctica. So I pretty much have like 3 movies to choose from. I own 2 of them. So I figured I'd review as usual, I would review the one that no one else would probably do. So, yeah, so the movie I'm doing is The Thing. This is the 2011 The Thing. This is the prequel to John Carpenter's The Thing. And so you pretty much have... I consider John Carpenter's movie to be an original film. I don't really consider it a remake of the original film. It's really its own creation. So I will not refer to John Carpenter's film as a remake. I refer to John Carpenter's Thing. Prequel. I refer to this as the prequel to the original because I would say that Carpenter's is an original vision of the story. So, with that being said, this prequel here basically tells the story of the Norwegian camp that you saw in the first film. Now, the thing about this is that in Carpenter's version, you got glimpses of it. You know, they visit the camp. And you can tell this person's like cut with his wrist and like blood's coming down, but it's like, you know, frozen. You can tell something broke out of the ice in this compartment. Axe in the door. There's blood everywhere, and your mind just goes. Your mind fills in the blanks, and so they fill in the blanks here and tell this story. And to me. This pretty much is about basically the same film, to give a brief synopsis. If you've seen The Thing, Carpenter's 82, the original one, you will have seen this version as well. It's pretty much the exact same thing. Exact same premise, everything. It's just told from the Norwegian standpoint. So if you've seen Carpenter's version, you will know pretty much anything that happens in this film. But my thoughts on this film, I have always loved this one from the first time I watched it. To me, the filling in the blanks thing is really cool. I really love these characters as well. I would say they're not as strong as overall, especially as Carpenter's version, but I enjoy them just as much. Mainly because Joel Edgerton. Joel Edgerton is... you see him in It Comes at Night. He's in The Gift, which I still have not yet seen yet. He's in, what else is in? He's in Exodus, Gods and Kings. And I'm trying to remember the other one that I've seen him in. But, man, he's so underrated in everything he's in. He's super well done in this. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is also really solid in this film. You know, she's kind of like, if there's, you know, such a thing for a Thing movie is eye candy. She is just beyond beautiful, but you know, this pretty much plays out the same way. Instead of doing the blood test, they do like a test to see if anybody has like fillings or anything, because the things can't process metal. So if you have fillings and they're out, you know, you'd be able to tell that somebody's a Thing. So it's kind of the same thing, but they do it a little bit differently. So I did like that. It's a little different, you know, but it is pretty much the same thing. You can definitely tell, like, they got their own, you know, they just did their own version of it. So this movie, though, does have a lot of negatives that you definitely couldn't say with the original. This one, and as much as I hate to, it's not the filmmaker's fault whatsoever, but it's still a negative nonetheless. So a brief story about this is the filmmakers had planned, you know, detailed plans for props, for you know, prosthetics and everything. These were going to be practical effects on this film. And the studio, meaning Universal, stepped in and was like, no, you need to do this CG. We don't have the time for it. You need to hurry up and start filming. And so, you know, they wouldn't give them the extra time, you know, and it just, they you know, they had to go with CG, and man, the CG in this film looks atrocious. It's so bad. That's my only negative, but it's a major negative. And again, it's not the filmmaker's fault. It was forced on them by Universal, but still, it does affect my overall score. It is a major negative for the film. That's the thing that really puts the original over for me, is that the effects in that film are just flawless. And in this film, it really, there's the ones where they use practicals, they looks really solid. But when they get into the CG and stuff, it looks so out of place, and it looks very fake, and it really does hurt my score. It doesn't affect it like a whole lot, but that's my one negative for the entire film. I'm on board every other step of the way. So my overall score for this film is an 8.5 out of 10. It really affects my score, whole point and a half of just the major flaws in that way with the film. So yeah, that's going to do it for that one. That's going to do it for this review. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. As always, feel free to let me know what you think. It actually more ranges around an 8, but 8.5, I'll be generous tonight. As always. I think I'm always generous. But yeah, that's all. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. As always, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to BodyBags, please do. Let me know what you think about the film. I'm curious to know anybody else's thoughts on this film, because this is more mixed. And surprisingly, I never really would have thought people would have had a major problem with it, but it's more mixed. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. All right, peace, guys.